All right, here we are with all the supplies I use. I'm not sure if I'm missing anything, but this looks like everything. All right, we'll start from over here with the seeds. We got the mung beans for flour, and we also got these for flour because these have almost twice the amount of potassium. It has iron and it has calcium. Nice amount of calcium. So these are really good in conjunction with the mung beans for flour. And then of course we got some corn here. Nice corn. We sprout that. Then we got the alfalfa seed. We sprout that. So we'll make, once a week, we'll make a tea. I'll add, every time I do tea, I add a half cup of mung beans. I don't add this, but I add a half cup of mung beans in veg. Even though it's a flour bean, I still use it in veg. All right, let's move along for my cover crop. This coming season, or after the next season, is going to be a cover crop season because I did manure this season. And next season, I'm going to be throwing the rest of my cover crop. I do a 12 seed cover, so it's a bunch of different hairy fetch and a bunch of different clovers, and I think it has buckwheat in it too. All right, this is going to be recycle seal. It's supposed to be like a silica stuff. I mean, it's not that great. I don't think it's that good. I mean, unless you use it with like some Protect, you know. But I guess it would be all right stuff. But I'm not gonna buy any. I'll get my silica and other means like I am. And of course, I do great white. Put some great white in there. These are bran, so I'll use the bran to make like a supercharged compost. Then I'll add non-dairy kefir to it. That's a very important part. I think the non-dairy kefir feeds it, and it just like triple amount. All right, we got insect frass. I've had this for a while. It's almost gone and leaking. But I'm gonna stick to the Down to Earth insect frass because they got some insect frass from Down to Earth. All right, the only bottle we got here is the old age kelp and some bricks molasses. So that's the only bottle I have right here, old age kelp. After I'm done with this, I'll just go resource my own kelp, you know, because I do live by the ocean. I add this to my compost with my compost hummus. I'll be using the rest of this year. I'm actually have compost tea going right now, so I added this compost tea, and I think that's about it. All right, and I added insect frass too to it, and I believe that's it. Moving on to the Epsom salt. I like to spray this on my plants. Like I'll add Epsom salt to like some aloe vera or like some seed need meal, or if I'm doing pest control, I do add a little bit of Epsom salt, or if I'm just a little bit. Every time I spray, once a week, I use Epsom salt. All right, moving down to the Wonder. This plant therapy stuff is amazing, and of course, we're breaking up the water with some all-natural dish soap, and this is lemon flavor. All right, let's move up here, and we got the biochar, premium biochar. That's activated 100% biochar. Then we'll do for my dry amendments, we got the kelp meal, the crab meal. If you get crab meal, you probably want to get oyster meal too, because oyster meal is a little bit better than crab meal, but you can use them together. Green sand, this is where I get my silica. You know, this is where I get my silica, and I think it's jinxum is another silica source. And then neem seed meal, another one. I spray once a week, neem seed meal. Then I'll alternate with insect frass and then the plant therapy. And then every time they get a little bit of Epsom salt in there. And then coming up this way is the glacial rock dust, the alfalfa meal, and the feather meal. And coming back down is the biofish, the seabird guano, the humic acid, and the azomite. And as you can see right back here, I have it separated because I don't use that outdoor, but I did want to bring it out here to show that I did have it, but I do put it a little bit in my indoor plants. And then last but not least, today we'll be giving the sprouted tea. So these are mung beans right here. Started all this, what I'll do is like Friday morning, I'll put these in water early. I'll put the corn, I'll put the mung beans, and I'll put these little alfalfas Friday morning. Then like by Friday, like 4 to 6 hours, and then I'll soak them, and then I'll keep changing the water too. And then I'll put them in this strainer and put this over it, and every couple hours I'll wash warm water over this, and that's it. I'll just do it until it sprouts, and this is what I come up with. So Friday morning I soak it for a few hours, and then all together I put them all together. And then the thing that comes up first is probably the mung beans. The mung beans like to come up really fast. But if these alfalfas were new, because I've had these for a year already, if these alfalfas were new, you might want to start them Saturday. But as of what I got right here, this is my schedule. I start everything Friday morning. By Friday afternoon, I strain it. And then every couple hours, I throw warm water on top, just from the sink, you know, just from the sink. But soon, I'm probably going to have an automatic watering system, like a spray, hitting that, you know, with another type of filter, and then water will be hitting these constantly, you know, and then, you know, we'll just go from there. We'll see how that goes. But basically, this is everything I have right here. So like I'll be mixing these dry amendments. I'll do like half, and then I'll like every week I'll throw it in my beds, and then I'll go, and the other half that I have, I'll go throw it the next week. I'll throw it in the bed, and then I'll mix that up. And then every week I do the tea. Every other week I'm doing the compost tea. I'm going to do compost tea more than I actually thought I was going to do. And I'm going to be doing the different types of compost tea too, and then not including boosting my compost tea. And then the thing I forgot is I use barley too. Usually I don't sprout my barley. I like to grind it up and into a powder, and then add it with my weekly dose of amendments, you know. And so I don't have the barley right now. I do need to get some. And I do have the barley and organic white rice, or both organic, under a fruit tree and under a redwood tree, absorbing microbes and whatever else it could absorb. And we'll be bringing that out end of this month, at least one of them, and we're making a tea with it. But anyways, if you guys hear the buzzing in the back, that's the compost tea brewing. But basically, so I do like I said, I do a dry amendment every week. I do a tea every week. I do a compost tea every two weeks, and then I alternate sprays. Like I'll do like a bug prevention of here, and then here I wasn't going to spray. I was just going to throw mites out, but since I have the machine to spray and I kind of like it, I'm just going to continue to spray, you know. I'll do 1 week the neem seed meal with something else, then, you know, this with something else. And every time I spray with bug prevention, I always add just a tiny bit of Epsom salt and something that's good for the leaves. That's, you know, because the leaves really like to absorb their food too. So anyways, other than that, I think I got I got down with everything, but I know I'm going to be using like different weeds and especially nettle. I found where I can get some nettle, so I'll be using that for a tea too. So I'm not sure how exactly I'm going to do it, but I'm going to definitely use like weeds and other type of plants to feed my biology. But anyways, so thanks for tuning. Hope you got something out of it. Have a blessed day. Have a wonderful day. Peace, honor, and build your soil happy. Alright, here's a sprouted tea. Here's my compost tea. I'm gonna have to replace this thing. I only bought it last year, and it turns off whenever it wants to. It turns on whenever it wants to. So I'm tossing this and getting a new one because I can't have my compost tea stop bubbling. But anyways, I'm gonna be watering the sprouted tea. So we got the corn, the mung bean, and the alfalfa. Alright, let's see what we do here. So a handful of compost, a handful of chicken manure. This is neem seed meal. This is biofish. This is kelp meal, and this is feather meal. So what I'll do is I'll set all these in. Set all these in there, mix it up, and then go underneath this. Go under here where the soil is and put a handful underneath this, underneath each one. So when my water comes out, it'll be soaking in my feed. And I'm only putting it in the corners. I'm not spreading it around. Like I said, I'm only putting where the water comes in. All right, we're mixed up here. So what we'll do very carefully is open up a hole right where the soil is. You can see, just get a little bit. You don't need a lot, just a little handful, because we gotta, and if there's any extra, we can distribute it evenly. But just a little handful right here, just dump it right in and cover it right up. So when my sprinkling system comes on, it'll soak that right in. So that's what I do, and every week I'll change up the recipe. But there's always compost and there's always chicken manure, you know. And if you have like rabbit manure, that's really good because you can throw rabbit manure right on. I think even sheep manure, I believe. But look how the ladies look, all sprayed up, looking nice. And they're gonna get a watering today. Sprouted tea with a little bit of mix. All right, that's what I do, and that's what I'm feeding this week. We'll see what I do next week. Have a beautiful day. Peace, honor, and feed happy.